The 8-4-3 rule, why your money feels like it's lying to you. The gut punch opening. You've been doing everything right. Every single month, you transfer $500, $800, maybe even $1,000 out of your paycheck before you let yourself spend a cent. You skip vacations, you drive the older car, you make your coffee at home. And after 3 years of this discipline, 3 years of sacrifice, you open your investment app expecting to feel proud. And then you see the number. Your actual returns? A few $100s. Not thousands, not tens of thousands, a few $100s. And that voice in your head, the one you've been trying to silence, it gets loud again. What is the point? Here's what nobody warns you about. The first several years of investing feel like a cruel joke. Everyone tells you compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. You've seen the charts, you've read the articles, you've been promised that your money will work for you. But right now, you are doing 100% of the work, and the money is barely lifting a finger. This feeling has a name, and today I'm going to explain exactly why it happens, exactly when it ends, and exactly why the people who push through it end up with a level of wealth that genuinely looks like magic to everyone else. This is the 8-4-3 rule, and once you understand it, you will never look at your portfolio the same way again.
What is the 8-4-3 rule? Let me kill a myth right now. Compounding is not slow. Compounding is backloaded. Those are two completely different things, and confusing them has caused more investors to quit early than any market crash in history. Here's the rule, and it's brutally simple. If you invest a consistent amount every month, say $1,000, at a consistent average return of around 12% per year, here's roughly how your timeline looks. Year 0 to year 8, you grind. You save, you contribute. You hit your first major milestone, something in the range of $100,000. It took 8 years. That feels slow. That is slow, but it's not the whole story. Year 8 to year 12, you double that. In just 4 years, you go from around $100K to $200K. Same contributions, same 12%. But now you've got momentum. Year 12 to 15, you double it again in just 3 years. 200K becomes 400K. The math hasn't changed, but the effect has become completely different. 8 years, then 4, then 3. The timeline gets cut nearly in half each time, and your contributions don't change at all. This is not a motivational speech. This is arithmetic. The exponential curve has a shape, and the shape has a bend in it. Most investors quit before they ever reach that bend. They work through the flat part of the curve, look around, see nothing happening, and walk away, right before the cliff face begins. That is the tragedy this video is designed to prevent. The 3 phases of wealth. Let's talk about why the first 8 years hurt so much. Because it's not just psychological. There's a real mathematical reason your portfolio feels stuck, and understanding it changes everything. Here's the example that makes it crystal clear. You have $30,000 in your investment account. You contribute $10,000 this year. The market returns 12%. Your 12% return on $30,000? That's $3,600. Your personal contribution? $10,000. You are contributing nearly 3 times more to your account's growth than your money is. You are the engine. The money is just a tiny passenger. That's phase 1, the contribution-dominated phase, and it lasts roughly the first 8 years. Every dollar of growth feels hard-won, because it is. You earned it with discipline and sacrifice, not with the miracle of compounding. The miracle hasn't shown up yet. But then something shifts. Phase 2, the crossover moment, years 9 through 12. Around years 9 through 12, you enter what I call the crossover moment. This is the period where your annual returns, the money your portfolio generates on its own, start to equal your annual contributions. For the first time, your money is pulling its own weight. You contribute $10,000 and your portfolio returns $10,000. You and your money are finally working side by side. This is phase 2, the transition phase. It doesn't feel dramatic. Most people don't even notice it happening, but it is the single most important inflection point in your financial life. Phase 3, return dominated, years 13 to 15 plus. Now your portfolio is generating 3 times more than you contribute. You put in $10,000 and your money adds $30,000. Your money is now doing the heavy lifting. You've become the passenger, and the growth feels, there's no other word for it, explosive. That bend in the curve, you've just found it. Here's the brutal truth about these phases. They feel identical from the outside in years 1 through 8. The market goes up, the market goes down, your portfolio crawls along. There's no signal from the universe telling you you're approaching the crossover moment. There's no alarm bell, no ceremony. The only way to reach phase 3 is to survive phase 1, and the only way to survive phase 1 is to understand it.
Rebecca versus Marcus. Let me introduce you to 2 people. Same age, same income, same starting point. Both begin investing $1,000 a month at age 25, targeting a long-run 12% average annual return. Rebecca and Marcus. Marcus's story. Marcus is smart. He's analytical, he watches his portfolio every week, and by year 5, he's done the math. In 5 years, he's contributed $60,000, and his total account value is somewhere around $82,000. He's made roughly $22,000 in returns. That's a 27% gain on his contributions. If this is the 8th wonder of the world, Marcus thinks, it's a pretty lame wonder. And so he stops. He redirects his $1,000 a month into a nicer car, a bigger apartment. He tells himself he'll start again someday when the returns actually make sense. He's not wrong that the returns were small. He's just wrong about what those small returns were becoming. Rebecca's story. Rebecca doesn't watch her portfolio weekly. She set it up, she automated it, and she mostly ignores it. She hits year 5, year 6, year 7. And sure, she notices the slow growth. It bothers her too, she's human. But she doesn't stop. She hits year 8, the crossover moment arrives, year 12, and then, almost without warning, year 15. By year 15, Rebecca's account isn't just bigger than Marcus's, it's not even close. The growth she experienced in just the last 3 years of her journey exceeded the entire combined growth of her first 8. 3 years bigger than 8. Her account added more value from year 12 to year 15 than it did from year 1 to year 8. The very thing that felt like nothing in the early years was silently building the platform for an acceleration that completely rewrote her financial life. And Marcus, by the time he realized what he missed, what he quit right before reaching, the gap between them had grown to over $210,000. Same starting point, same contributions. The only difference? Rebecca showed up for the boring years. Why market crashes are your secret weapon. Now, I want to address the fear, because here's the thing about phase 1, the contribution-dominated years that almost nobody talks about. Market crashes during this phase don't hurt you, they help you. I know that sounds wrong. Let me prove it. When you are in years 1 through 8, when your monthly contributions are the dominant force in your portfolio, a market drop doesn't destroy your wealth. It discounts the shares you're about to buy. Think about it this way. If your favorite store drops its prices by 30%, you don't run out the door in panic, you grab a cart, because you know those prices are going back up. And the more you buy at the discount price, the better off you are when they do. A market crash in year 3 means your $1,000 monthly contribution buys significantly more shares than it would at peak prices. Those extra shares, the ones you accumulated during the fear and the headlines and the experts calling for the apocalypse, they become the fuel for your 843 acceleration. The volatility that terrifies casual investors? For you, in the early phase, it's not a threat, it's a gift. The only people who get genuinely hurt by crashes in phase 1 are the people who panic and stop buying.
because they lock in the loss, skip the discount, and miss the recovery. Your job during phase one, during a downturn, is the same as it is during a rally. Contribute, stay the course, don't look.
Your tactical call to action. So what do you do with all of this? You evaluate where you are, right now, today. Here's your 3-step framework. Step 1. Identify your phase. Compare your annual investment returns to your annual contributions. Are your returns less than your contributions? You're in phase 1, contribution dominated. You are exactly where you should be. Nothing is broken. The machine is working. Are your returns roughly equal to your contributions? You're in phase 2, the crossover. This is an extraordinary moment. You may not feel it, but you are standing at the exact inflection point that separates the people who build wealth from the people who almost did. Are your returns greater than your contributions? You're in phase 3, return dominated. The 8-4-3 rule is now working for you hard. Your only job now is to not get in its way. Step 2, match your actions to your phase. If you're in phase 1, your one and only job is contribution intensity. Don't obsess over returns. Don't chase higher yield products or panic about corrections. The only lever you control that matters right now is the raw material you feed the machine. More contributions equals a bigger base, equals a more dramatic acceleration later. Automate it, increase it if you can, and protect it like it's sacred, because it is. If you're in phase 3, your one and only job is non-interference. Don't raid the account. Don't try to time the market. Don't let a bad month or a bad year convince you to wait it out on the sidelines. The compound engine is now running at full speed. Every day you leave it alone, it generates wealth that would have taken you weeks of work in phase 1 to replicate manually. The biggest financial mistake you can make at this stage isn't a bad stock pick, it's panic selling at a discount. Step 3. Write down your target crossover date. Based on your current contributions and expected average return, estimate the year your annual returns will first equal your annual deposits. Write it down. Put it somewhere you'll see it. Not because the date is magic, but because it turns an abstract concept into a finish line, and humans finish races they can see.
The real secret. Here's what I want you to carry with you after watching this. The investors who end up wealthy don't have a secret stock pick. They don't have a better algorithm or a faster internet connection or a smarter broker. What they have, the only thing they have that truly separates them, is the willingness to work through 8 years of feeling like it isn't working. They contribute in the boring years. They contribute through the crashes. They don't compare their year 3 account balance to someone else's year 13 account balance and call it failure. They understand that phase 1 isn't the punishment for investing. Phase 1 is the price of admission to everything that comes after it. The math is not a lie. The returns are not hiding from you. They are building, quietly, relentlessly, beneath the surface. And one day, year 12, year 13, year 15, you will open that app and see a number that shocks you, not because something changed, but because everything you did in the years when nothing seemed to change finally became visible all at once.